Next up in the workshop, we're going to get a little cursed. Hey guys, welcome to the workshop. Today we are going to work on a miniature from a new-ish or new board game called The Few and Cursed. It's by Rock Mansion Games, and actually haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but from what I understand, it takes place in what used to be the Pacific Ocean. The Earth is all dried up now, and the most important currency is actually money. So it's a very they've taken it and actually made it a very Western theme. You can kind of see that the person that we're going to be working on today, she goes by the name Redhead. So we already know the color of her hair that we're going to be doing. But before we really get into things, I just want to say a few things about the miniature. Now, the miniature is it's a single piece cast. And it's actually not too bad for details. It's actually pretty decent. So it's going to be a study in brown leathers. So we're going to use quite a tapestry of browns. Of course, with her being called Redhead, we're going to do her hair a reddish color. And same with kind of this piece right here. It's also going to be a red. But the rest of it is going to be browns, maybe kind of an off black. I don't know. We're just going to kind of see where the world takes us. So we're going to start, and we are going to get right into it. All right. So I'm going to take my Rhinox hide, which is a really kind of dark brown. Kind of see. And we're going to start with that. We're probably going to start with her boots. Now, again, I haven't actually had too much of a chance to get into the game, but the game looks like it's a deck building game. And for those of you who don't know what a deck builder is, it usually means that there's not much in the way of a board, but you try and build your deck of cards as best as you can by purchasing new ones to help you complete whatever task it is that you're doing. And from what I have been told about this game, because again, as I said, I haven't had a chance to really get into the meat of this one. You're kind of guns for hire. And you go around and you try and earn your way through the world as best as you can. And there are bounty hunters and gunslingers and all that kind of stuff like that. And I believe that kind of the top dogs of the food chain are called curse hunters. Now, what exactly a curse is, I'm not entirely sure. But that's okay. I mean, a curse in the game, I should say. So what all that does is just make me speculate on things. Now, if you want, there's probably a review of the actual game and the gameplay on our full website, TheRatHole.ca. Of course, you can check us out on YouTube and Red Hole Tabletop Reviews. That's where you'll find other videos of mine. So what I'm kind of doing here is I'm just kind of giving some brown on her boots. Using that rhinox hide. There we go. So while we're letting that dry, we're going to go on. We're going to do her pants, and I'm going to make her pants kind of an off black. It's one of my favorite colors. It's called Corvus black, and it's kind of almost a really dark charcoal gray. It's for those times when you want it to be black, but not be black, as I like to say. And probably help some of the details that we're going to put in a little bit later on stand out nice. Oh, pulled her off screen for you. Sorry about that. And I don't. I've seen far worse miniatures. I've also seen far better miniatures. These are okay, middle of the road sort of miniatures. The detail is actually pretty good on them. So I think they'll be okay. Alright. Actually, I'm probably going to do her hat the same color. Because I can. I always say, and will always say, these are your miniatures. You can paint them however you want to. I am trying to follow. Okay, brown it is. Apparently I potted out from a different color. So we're going to do the hat brown. Happy little accidents. No big deal. I guess her hat was meant to be brown. And that's okay. There we go. But her pants are that nice black. Not the nice non-black black. Gun's going to be nice and easy. It's just going to be probably silver with a wash on it to help pick out the details. Not exactly, you know. Not exactly difficult. And that's perfectly fine. Not all miniatures need to be, you know, what I like to call character level. They don't need to have all the bells and whistles in them. What do I know? A slightly lighter brown called dryad bark. There. That's kind of what we're going to do the base of her trench coat, I think. Well, I guess it would be, you know, actually called a duster. So yeah, as you can see, all I'm doing right now is I'm just getting some base colors on here. Where the fun will come is when we start doing washes and picking out details. Yeah, giving the character life. Right now she's going to be a fairly flat uh, character. There's not going to be a whole lot of movement, a whole lot of, you know, it's just flat colors. The real magic happens in the highlights. The highlights and the shades. And we'll get to those. That also sometimes is what takes the most amount of time too. You might even get as far as doing the kind of doing the red cape cloak part thing. Who knows? A little off, but not too bad. Kind of want to do the inside of her jacket. Kind of a different color. Yeah, we'll figure it out. And now we're going to use what I love for leathers. Mournfang Brown. Then we're going to start picking out some of the leather bits that she has on her outfit. And so far I've been using a single brush. I've been using the Citadel small layer brush. Probably could have gotten away with a larger brush for some of the stuff, but I didn't feel like it. Sometimes I like doing doing large areas on a miniature in a smaller brush. Gives me a little bit more control. You see, we're moving along quite well, quite at a clip here, getting these base colors down. This is what we're going to do just before we're, just for the end of things. Is we're gonna give it a wash, and that'll help dry it before we come back to our next lovely episode. Oh, she's got some detail on her boots, which the paint's helping to bring out. Kind of liking that. A little something to look forward to. So you can kind of see how we're working here, how the browns are going to start working together. How the blacks are beginning to work together. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this kind of the blacks and the browns an all over wash with everybody's favorite shade, Nuln Oil. It'll help recess into the shadows, into the lower areas, and help us pick out our shadows. Then we're going to go back in and we're going to pick out the base coats again, and this time we're going to leave some of the darker stuff filled in with the Nuln Oil. Let's start picking out her face too. I think. Looks to me like her vest is a dark brown too, so maybe a little bit more Dryad. That's Dryad, but the Rhinox hide. Kind of the same as her. Boots. And of course, this is just a base coat. Nothing too fancy yet. And if we do happen to get a little sloppy, that's still okay. It's still alright, because we can just go back with the base colors that we put down and paint over top. And these are all just base tones. Pick everything out. Pick everything else out a little bit later. There we go. So we kind of got the hands and the face picked out. We're going to go back with that Rhinox hide, and we're going to pick out that vest. That vest looks pretty darn dark. Oh well, she's already shaping up pretty darn good. Huh. Alright. So we're almost ready to actually give this whole thing a wash with the non-oil wash. And for that, we're going to change our brush. And this time we are actually going to use a bigger brush. Because I have one that's made perfect for it. It's our, again, it's from Citadel Brushes. It's my medium shade brush, but I don't think I need much more. We're going to be careful to avoid the skin. The skin will come later on. But right now, even the gun is going to get a bit of a makeover. When we come back, she's going to look like a different, well, kind of a different person. She'll look like a different miniature because, you know, all the shades and everything like that are going to be right in the recesses, right where I'm going to want it to be, and then we're just going to pick up, start picking out details, start doing highlights, lowlights, which is being done for us right now, actually, as we speak, with the no oil. we go. You can kind of see right now she's kind of wet all over, and you can see how everything's gonna add up. It's gonna look good. There we are. And there we are. And then from this point on, we're just going to let it dry. It'll take us, real world time. It'll take us about an hour, hour and a half to dry. But in workshop time, it'll be ready to go next week. So once again, I just want to say that she is Redhead from the game Few and the Cursed from Rock Mansion Games. Check it out if you're interested in kind of a wacky alternate post-apocalyptic Earth where water is the most valuable commodity around. So I know we're getting close, people, but I still want you to be safe and do everything that your local health authorities ask you to do. Wear your mask, get vaccinated, get your second dose if you're already there. Till then, stay safe, paint safe, and we'll see you in the workshop.